Welcome to our page, Talk Stop, where we
Thanks
usually
for
talk
having
about where we usually talk about different important discussions about life. Most especially in this hectic period in Nigeria, that a lot of people need
me.
to know about this pension mortgage loan. So we'll be sharing some questions with you, and we want you to shed a little light on some few
All right.
questions I'm going to ask you. So, to all my audience watching across the world, I want to introduce Mrs. Ruth Benny Conwa. I hope I got that right.
Okay, Noah.
Kenwa. Mrs. Ruth Benny Kenwa. She's the business executive of Trust Fund Pension in Nigeria. So I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel once more. And thank you for sparing your very busy schedule to do this live with us here on Talk Stocks. We really appreciate.
Thank you for having
Yes, ma.
my the pleasure is
So
mine.
yeah, thank you so much. So without wasting too much of your time, we need to educate a lot of people, workers, both in the formal and informal sectors, about this pension mortgage loan and how to go
Mm,
about it as well too, because a lot of people don't really know what's called this pension mortgage loan, and they are working,
mm.
especially civil servants, especially. So I'll be asking you some few questions, which I want you to help us shed some light about this pension mortgage loan. So who is eligible to get this pension mortgage loan? Who are the people that are eligible for it?
Okay. First of all, I will need to explain what pension mortgage is. It's actually called 25% mortgage loan.
It's
Um,
actually called
over
25%,
it is 25% pension mortgage.
25% pension
25% because
mortgage. Okay.
that
Okay.
25% is the total amount. Okay, so it's total percentage one can access from his RSA, that is the retirement savings account, with their
Okay.
respective PSA, that is the pension fund administrator. 25% maximum. Okay, so before now, we don't have such in the industry. Or Pencom now deem it fit that, oh, a lot of people have been clamoring for, oh, we can't wait till we retire to access our money. Is there nothing is there no plans, no options whereby someone, even while the person in his, he or she is still in an active service, can access to do one or two things? And most of them comes with um, that proposal that they needed to acquire a property or residential and all that. So Faircom now like, okay, um, let's now establish what we call 25% pension mortgage for our customers. And that is when it came to place. In fact, it was signed into law September 2022.
Oh,
So by
that's
September
recent.
this year, it's going to be,
It's
yes,
going to be a year.
it's going to be
Oh,
1 year. So it's going to make
okay.
it a year in the industry.
And a lot of people don't know
So,
this.
sorry, you said?
I said, and a lot of people don't know
I didn't.
this.
We have tried as much as we can to publish it on the in newspaper, in our various social platforms, and in the radio is there. So this is another good avenue to also educate us, customers out there, also that why you it's possible to access this fund while you are still in active service. It's not like the usual, oh, until I retire before I can access my loan. My some certain percentage from my RSA to be able to acquire a residence or a property, as the case may be. So your question is who is eligible? Okay.
Mm.
Anyone with a retirement savings account, like I said earlier, is the account you establish. Okay. When somebody has is in an employment, is in an employment, the law says any establishment that was able to uh, um, employ up to three or more staff need to open a pension account for their staff. So the person must be able to have an account with a, one of these, any of the PFAs. We are about 19 in the country doing the same thing.
Okay.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Okay.
They must have an account with us, first of all, at
So the
least.
person, so
Then we
someone
also
that
have
is
what
eligible
we
must
call
first have an RSA account with a pension fund administrator.
administrator. Yes,
Okay.
exactly. And the person must have contributed at least 60 months cumulatively.
Oh, okay.
Are you getting me? 60,
Yes.
60 months cumulatively to be able to access. And it's not just in an industry, we have what we call micro pension.
Okay.
Micro pension for the artisan now. A self-employed individual can also join the scheme too.
So the artisans like
Yes,
the carpenter,
somebody that
the bricklayers, the mechanics, and the rest.
the hairdressers, the
Everything.
yeah, any artisan whatsoever, provided you are in an association, because you know they all have their association they belong to.
Yeah.
So they
Yes.
register through their association body. So if they are also contributing because they are eligible to join the scheme too. So if they have contributed to at least 6 months, 60 months, like I said earlier, they are eligible for this um, 25% mortgage.
That's fantastic. I think that's a good place to anchor that one because I still have a lot of questions to ask you, and we are running out of time, so I don't waste your time. And could you be a bit audible? Could you be a bit audible?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, what is the number of years to retirement before one can access this loan?
At least for one, at
Can
least
you can
3 years
you can you
before you
can you
retire.
sorry, can you adjust your camera? There is the lighting behind you seems to be too bright. Yeah, I think it's much better. Yeah, I think it's much better. It's much better.
It's okay now, right?
Yeah, it's much better.
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
number of
You
years,
said the number of years, mm,
yes. Yes.
number
For
of years.
some number of years to retirement before one can access this loan.
Mm, can apply as long as he or she has you still have like 3 years to retire.
Okay, active in service
At least 3 years. No, mm, before you retire,
before
before you
before
retire.
retirement. Okay.
That's what the law says. You can't say you have maybe somebody that wants to now and not come and said I want to apply. Or so at least the law say RSA holder with less than 3 years to retirement
Okay.
existing the CPS, that is post pension scheme, eh, and exempted person under
Pension Reform Act. Okay.
2000 was a pre in 2020 are not eligible a portion of their retirement savings balance as equity contribution for residential mortgage.
Okay.
I
Yeah, but the
hope you
network
get
was
me.
a bit. You are very audible, but it was your network seems to be
Okay,
cranking. It's not stable, but we're managing it.
Oh,
Okay, so can couples apply? Can couples apply? That's my third question.
yes, 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 they can. RSA of
Okay.
being in the system as well.
The
Like
both of,
who are RSA holders are eligible to make a joint. Are you getting
okay,
me?
they can,
Hello?
a couple can do a joint account.
Yes, they can join application.
Okay, joint application.
Okay, maybe they are joint application subject to eligibility requirements set out in this guideline.
Okay. Okay.
Do you
Yes.
understand? Maybe this thing just for them, this 25% mortgage that we give is just for them to be able to pay for the equity payment for a property they want to acquire or residential.
Okay.
Okay, maybe the month 25% may not be enough to get the equity they want, to get to up to the equity they needed to purchase the property. So they can do a joint, the woman can now come in, you understand,
Okay.
or from our own side now
Okay.
to be able to meet up to their equity payment for the property. So couples can actually do a joint application.
Oh, the criteria.
The eligibility requirement.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay. That's fantastic.
exactly.
So, what is the maximum one can access in the loan?
That's why we quoted it 25%.
25%. 25%, right? Of your total balance. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
5% of the total PSA.
Okay. So, is there any avenue for one that wants to do voluntary contribution in addition to it?
Your contribution to share up what is needed to make up your equity contribution for residential mortgage. Um, you know, voluntary contribution
Your
are
network, your network,
contributions that are
your network seems a
set
bit
aside.
cranky.
Better now?
Yeah,
Is it
I
okay
don't have
now?
problems with your audio, but your pictures keep hanging. Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Do you hear-
Yeah, so
Yes.
you
I
seem
can even
unstable.
do you very well from here. But is it stable now?
Okay, let's give it a try. Let's just continue.
I will now.
Yeah, okay, let's continue. Let's just continue like that.
Hello?
Can you can hear me, right?
Okay. I
So,
can hear you and I
so
can
one
see
can
you
contribute everything that
from my end.
instead of the 25%, one can contribute everything.
25% contributions are contributions that one um, can make now. They call it additional voluntary contribution. Maybe, for instance, somebody um, for instance, 10,000 own salary, then the employer will pay him maybe 18,000, make 28,000
28.
monthly.
Okay.
The difference between the mandatory contribution and the voluntary contribution now, because they are two things, two different things.
Okay.
The reduction from the individual, that's the contribution, say the CPS, the compulsory pension scheme. That one is contribution from the employer and the employee
Okay.
that make up the CPS.
Okay.
Okay. Aside that contribution, now there is what we call voluntary contribution. As limit, for instance, somebody reduction monthly for pension is 10,000. Okay, then the individual can as well tell or inform he or she's peer, HR official or their account official that, oh, in as much as 10,000 has been deducted from my salary for my pension, kindly deduct another 5,000 and
Okay.
put in for me in my VC, that's voluntary contribution, which he or she can access after 5 years.
After 5 years.
While it's, yes, that has been on before now. So that one he or she can access it after 5 years, which is that is that five. If you waited till 5 years to access it, that accessibility will not be passed. It can only
Okay.
be passed when if he accesses below 5 years. Mind you,
Oh,
the tax placed on the interest, not on the primary contribution
on
for the
the interest.
individual,
Oh, okay. On the interest.
not on the primary contribution. Yes.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so that is the when an individual or a customer approached he or she's PFA to assess that 25% mortgage, and he says that the 25% cannot be able to, it's not going to be enough to pay for the equity payment for the
Yes.
property he or she to access. He can add he or she voluntary contribution to it. That's where that voluntary contribution you are asking me earlier. I just want to
Oh,
explain how it comes
okay.
into play. When you assess the 25%, the 25% mortgage, and you see it that, oh, this 25% mortgage that my PFA is giving me is not going to be enough to pay for the equity payment for the land for all the residential apartments I want to acquire. The person can as well go for his VC, that is voluntary contribution he has been contributing to add up.
Okay.
I hope
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
fast.
Yeah. Yeah. I get you. And I hope my audience too understands you. Your network seems better now. It's not unstable. It's better now.
Okay,
So,
thank
what mortgage lender can one use? Is it the PFA that's going to advise on what mortgage lender to use when he wants to carry out this loan application?
Okay, on mortgage lender, um, the mortgage lender are the mortgage bank. Let me this
Yes.
this person. They are the mortgage bank. PFA is different. The mortgage bank is different, and they are doing different things. Okay, so
Okay.
the mortgage lender, the PFA will not be able to say go to a particular mortgage bank. Okay,
Okay.
that is up to
Okay.
you to make your own decision. That's the individual now that is coming, the customer that is coming to apply. You have
Okay.
to be the one to make the choice. However, note that a qualify note that to qualify, that is the mortgage lender, to qualify to as a mortgage lender under this scheme, mm, the company must be licensed by central bank.
Oh,
They
okay.
must also comply, yeah, they must also comply with the contributory pension scheme, the CPS, and have a valid pension clearance certificate. So,
Okay. Okay.
Pencom is our regulative body in the industry, data industry, have
Okay. So,
licensed, have approved some list of mortgage banks that our customers can use for this um,
oh,
purpose. Yes,
but
there are.
if they choose to not use the one you recommend, they can go for whichever one they feel like is better for them.
No, they have to use any of the ones Pencom has actually
And that's what
approved.
I'm saying.
Okay.
The ones that are registered under Pencom, they can decide to choose whichever one they decide to use.
From the yes, yes, exactly. From the list of the ones Pencom approved for this scheme,
Approved.
exactly.
Okay. Okay, so
Yes.
up to the next question. Sorry,
But not
what is
like I'm
sorry?
hearing
I didn't.
go ahead.
Okay,
Go ahead. Go
okay.
ahead. Mm.
So, what is the qualification for the mortgage loan?
Qualification.
Mm.
It's between the customer and the lender.
Okay.
We only get involved when the mortgage bank has given the individual what we call an offer letter. Okay, the
An offer letter.
individual offer letter, they call it offer
Offer letter.
letter from
Offer
property
letter.
owner, offer letter from a property owner and a licensed mortgage lender.
Oh, okay.
How the place is when a customer feels he needed this 25% mortgage loan, he or she will approach the property. Maybe he has seen the property he wants to acquire. Okay, he will meet the property owner. They will discuss. He will now take the whatever information he gathered from the owner of the property. He will take it to the mortgage bank, and the mortgage bank will need to do what we call evaluation of the property. That they have their officials that do that. They go out to those to look at the property the customer is bringing to them that he or she wants to acquire. So they will go there, evaluate it, and do one or two things. Come back to their office and give the customer what we call an offer letter to take to their respective PFA. So when they bring it to the PFA they are using, the PFA will now start the process of releasing the fund for him or her to acquire the property. That's where we come in. We don't just he or she cannot just come to us and say, "Oh, I have a property I want to acquire. Please give me my 25%." No, they need to go to the property owner, from there to the lender, that is the mortgage bank,
Mortgage
who
bank.
to give yeah, who they would not give him or her a letter to bring to the PSA. And that is when we will not start the process.
Fantastic. Okay, so are there any others to consider whenever one wants to get this mortgage loan?
The before now, this thing started 2004. Okay,
Okay.
we don't do what we call data recapture, where we recapture. People enter, and over the years, he or she is married. So of course, some information must have changed
Mm.
from, for instance, from
So
single to
married.
marriage,
Yeah.
and from he or she must have also changed residential, several rent,
Yeah. Yeah.
address,
Yeah.
email address, number, and all that. So
Mm.
the only others in this process is if he or she has not done what we call data recapture. That is,
Okay.
if the person um, joins the CPS, Contributory Pension Scheme, or the MPP, that is the Micro Pension Plan, before 1st July 2019, the person will have to go for what we call data recapture program, okay, an exercise. So after that exercise has been done, that we can now start the process for the
Oh, so we
uh,
can also look at it like a simile of our NIN that we're all rushing to go and do right now.
you. Because even with, yeah, because if your NIN to even do the data recapture, so you have to get your NIN slip to and your appointment letter given to you then to be able
Okay.
to a passport photograph for us to do
Okay.
the data
And then if one wants to
um,
come for any updating, are there rooms for that for updating?
yes, there is.
Okay.
In fact,
Okay.
we encourage customers to go for updates now than ever
That's very
before.
good.
Mm.
So does one need any connection, so to speak, before you can access this mortgage pension mortgage loan? Do you need to know anybody?
No, no. In this Pension Reform Act of the thing, we deal directly with our customers now. Not like
Oh,
before where we go through the employers and no, now it's a one-on-one thing. So the only
oh,
thing you need to do is just put PFA direct. So there's no
that,
need you going through any connection or anything. I just explained earlier that it's between us and you and the mortgage bank. That's all.
fantastic, fantastic,
Do
fantastic.
your PFA directly. There's no need you going to that process of, oh, I must know someone, I must get this and all that. No,
Mm,
no. It's
mm.
directly between you and the PFA.
All right, that's good. So, what of people that are out of job? Is there any opportunity for them as well too?
Like I mentioned earlier that if you are about you have up to 3 years to retire, you are exempted. So
Oh,
anybody that is out of the scheme and a retiree be precise, they are exempted from um, the process. Existing retiree on TPS and exempted persons under the PRE 2014 shall not be eligible to use their RNT balance for payment for equity contribution for residential because already they are pensioners, they're already on monthly
yeah,
pension.
yeah,
We are already
yeah.
paying their pension, so there won't be need for residential mortgage assessment after that. So they
Thank
are
you so,
exempted from the
thank you so very, very,
pleasure
very much for your time.
the
Thank you so
pleasure is
much for
mine.
your time. Really appreciate you here on Talk Start. We are sharing and also changing the narratives across the world so that people can be educated and enlightened on what's obtainable across the world. We also do topical issues about marriage, family, parenting, and lifestyle. So that I'm not
Okay.
limited to any topic. So I really appreciate you this morning to for sparing your time to actually shed more light on pension mortgage loan from trust fund. Thank you so very much, Mrs. Woods. So you have a wonderful day.
Same here. And on behalf
We'll
of
have you,
Trust Content,
we'll have you some other time to ask you some few questions too.
I will definitely honor you.
And also
Thank you
share
so
this
much, and
video. You can also share this video across to your customers so to let them know as well too.
oh, that will be fine. Thank you so much. I will do just
All
that.
right.
And on
Thank you so
behalf of
much,
Trust
man.
Content, said we wish um talk talk the very very best.
Thank you so
So
much.
I
Thank you,
appreciate.
man.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right, man.
The
Have a
pleasure is
wonderful day. All right, man.
all right. Bye.
Bye, man.